Macmillan Audio presents Summers at the Saint by Mary K. Andrews. Narrated for you by Kathleen McInerney. Prologue. The first time Tracy Eddings saw the Saint, she was 6 or 7. It was an early summer morning, and she was with her grandfather in his 12-foot aluminum fishing boat, drifting along in the river. When she glimpsed the improbable pink turrets and crenellated towers rising up from the fog-shrouded marsh like something out of one of her storybooks.
"Pops, look!"
She pointed at the apparition.
"It's a fairy castle!"
Her grandfather would only have been in his early 50s back then, but he already seemed ancient, bent and beat down from all those years working on the loading dock at the paper bag plant over in Bonaventure. He'd been studying the red and white bobber he'd cast out a few minutes earlier, letting it float along the river's placid gray-green surface. Pops looked up now and flicked half an inch of ash from his ever-present Marlboro into the water.
"Why, honey, that's just the Saint. No fairies, just a whole lot of rich people."
"I want to go there,"
Tracy wheedled, knowing that this was surely a place of enchantment.
"Please, Pops, can we?"
His weathered face softened, but only for an instant.
"Afraid not. People like us don't belong over there."
He'd quickly changed the subject, pointing at the ripples surrounding the bobber.
"Look there, Doodlebug," he whispered. "You got a fish on the line."
He handed her the slender rod with the Zebco spinning reel.
"Now, you wait till he takes that bobber down a little bit more. Then you pull back and reel that bad boy on in here. Can you do that?"
But her eyes were still fixed on the pink, wedding cake-looking building, and by the time she turned her attention back to the bobber, the line had gone slack, and Pops was shaking his head in disappointment. The first time she actually stepped onto the property came when she was 13, and Meredith, a new girl from school, invited just 8 girls to join her for a birthday party to be held at the Saint. Tracy had been surprised to be included, and dismayed that Shannon, her best friend, had not.
"I don't want to go to that rich bitch's party anyway,"
Shannon had claimed, tossing her long tresses, which she'd recently begun highlighting with a bottle of Miss Clairol that she'd shoplifted from the CVS. Tracy had felt torn between loyalty to her best friend and the excitement of finally experiencing the Saint. In the end, the lure of the pink castle, which is how she still secretly thought of it, won out. She'd used all her babysitting money to buy a new bikini to wear to the party. When her mother offered to drive her to the Saint, Tracy recoiled in horror at the idea of anyone spotting her rolling up to the resort in her mother's battered beige Aerostar minivan. Instead, she'd bribed Shannon's older brother Joe to drop her off in return for doing his English homework. The big day was a steamy Saturday. After the security guards at the Saint's main gate checked her name off the guest list, Joe pulled up to the hotel's front door to drop her off. Tracy had gaped at the lobby's high ceilings, marble floors, and the grand staircase with its intricate wrought iron railings rising up to a mezzanine. A man in a tuxedo sat at a gleaming baby grand piano playing soft classical music, and scattered about the vast room were seating areas with plush sofas and chairs and tables with huge bouquets of fresh flowers. Even the air in the room was rich with a faint floral scent. When she got home that night, she gave Shannon a recap of the party.
"You were right. Meredith is a bitch, and her mom is too, but they gave out these amazing..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?